Man, Plo Koon's Datacron is so good. This season, I'm gonna start daring people to use him to beat me. I'll be like, you don't like it? Plo me. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Today, we're gonna do 3v3 basic teams, and this is a labor of love video I do. It's a longer form one, and I know that a lot of people would prefer maybe not this long a video, but I do intentionally do it this way so that I can give you kind of an overview of the theory and objectives that I'm using on my small account, which is Prevail Man. It's at 8 million, and I realize that that still leaves a lot of smaller accounts behind, but this is the best I can do, folks. I mean, it's kind of still a good relevant account for smaller accounts to look at because it only has 2 Galactic Legends, and I'm pretty much thriving in KYBER. We're all circling the drain again with the crazy squish that they keep doing. So this is a longer form video, like I think I said, and just deal with it, guys. It usually takes about an hour to go through all this stuff. There will be timestamps, I believe, at the bottom of the video description, so you can do that if you want to skip forward to whatever thing, because I know some people are like, dude, why are you doing it the way I hate so much the things you choose to be? I'm like, you too, man, but more than you, I promise. So yeah, let's get to Prevail Man though, folks. Well, first, I really do want to point out there's a 3v3 best defensive teams video and a 3v3 best offensive teams video. Those will hopefully be linked in the video description. You can go check those out. That's from my main account, and I know that a lot of people feel left behind by my big account. Smaller account, like I said, it still has some people left behind. But go check these out, guys, if you want a bigger picture of the huge meta. This account is hopefully a little more interesting to a lot of people because we got to do off-meta stuff, guys. It's a whole mess. Huge shout out to my patrons, by the way, guys. You guys are amazing. I couldn't do what I do without you. Thank you guys so much. It truly, like, you keep me in it, and that makes a huge difference. It really does. So guys, thank you so much. And if you want to support this channel for free, folks, please hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment, especially this one. This one is a labor of love. I do this for the smaller players who care about competitive play. There's not that many of them, frankly. Especially the ones that want to listen to me drone on for an hour. But this is still something that I don't get a ton of clicks on, but I'll get more of them if you help me mount the algorithm. That's just true. The more interaction that people have with a video, the more the algorithm is like, dude, I'm gonna send this to people, I'm gonna send this to corners of the internet that's never been seen before. And most people will be like, dude, I don't want to see this random mobile game video anymore. They'll click out of it, but you know, it'll help, guys. It always does. So thank you. Let's get actually to it though, folks. We've got an hour. It'll be fun, I hope. It might not be. Whoa, where are we in the game? Is that the game we're in? Wow. Okay. Cool. Now let's zoom out of it. Actually, let's do the, yeah, there we go. Well, the new PC client is really tough to navigate sometimes, folks, just because it's significantly, like, it's nicer on the screen, but it doesn't. It looks nicer, but it doesn't show as much detail, like some of this stuff. Like, they could make the modding bigger here, right? Like, they don't have to make it this enormously, this extraordinarily tiny. So, okay, this is my Prevail Man account, folks. We're at 8.69 million. The squish keeps pushing us back, and frankly, I keep having opponents who are like, dude, I will smash you as hard as I can, and it's significantly ruder than they need to be. You know, if I were Sarah, I would certainly accuse them of that, but it's still it's the truth. So let's see. What we have very few crystals, folks. That is we're at critical levels right now. I just spent all of my territory war gains apparently, or sorry, territory battle gains. We got to win some GAC here. Oh, we need to actually make sure that I reset it because I've done a lot of things to update it. So where are we here? So we're in KYBER 3, and we're actually. Oh, after the squish, holy cow, man. We are barely in KYBER 3. So all the other seasons, I've basically been in KYBER 2 for like half a year. And it's frustrating because the squish, you know, it is what it is. They are trying to get more people out of KYBER 1. I don't necessarily love that they're doing that, but that's what they're doing. They don't share their goals with us, but they're just everyone's being kicked out of KYBER, and I suppose I'm no exception. Even my main account is, you know, I doubt I'll lose KYBER 1 on my main account, but it's still, it's a tricky thing. So. Yeah, wow, we've got some work to do this season, folks. So we're KYBER 3. We only have 2 Galactic Legends, and I know that some people are like, dude, I have better positioning, and I have less GLs than you, and I mean, great, that's awesome. First off, I know I'm not the sole arbiter of truth, as much as we all would love to believe that. And second, I know that, you know, I know people are better than me. I also know that some people have one account and they care about that account enough to actually scout and to work real hard on their defenses and swap things out. This account, I typically place one thing and leave it the whole season unless something is egregious and needs to stop. So, yeah, this is an alt. I don't care about it. I just wing it. People are like, dude, you didn't prepare for this match? I'm like, I didn't know who I was playing until like on the stream. By the way, guys, go follow me on Twitch. It is free, and you can go watch me. It'll send you notifications there. You can also sign up for notifications on the Discord. You can find the link to the Discord and to Twitch in the video description. Both are free. Discord is a great place where you can sign up for notifications for some of your favorite streamers, and you can also hang out and learn from a lot of really like helpful, friendly, competitive-minded players. It's become a great place. We're getting close to 10,000 members on that Discord server, guys. It's popping there. So, real quick, let me show you what's going on with my roster, just so you can kind of understand like the idea behind it. So the idea is, I don't care about Galactic Legends that much. I have been the only money I spend on this account, and the reason I have no crystals, and that's a serious problem actually. But the reason I don't have crystals is I don't spend anything other than I spend $10 a month on Conquest, because I only log into this account like once, maybe twice a day, and that's it. And so I lose all that bonus energy, I lose all kinds of resources, and that's fine. I'm not complaining about it, whatever, but buying that $10 thing every month kind of keeps my account like a little bit relevant and keeps it up with people who log in like 12 times per day, 12 plus times per day, because they only have one account and they can. So there's that. And then the other thing I've spent money on is strategic pounces on light speed bundles. Light speed bundles are something that are really important. So you can't see him, but Kylo, there he is. We have Kylo and Rey because we had light speed bundles to get them. My guess is that this winter they're going to introduce like a couple more light speed bundles where we could get a couple more Galactic Legends. I'll have to make a value judgment if I want those Galactic Legends on this account. I'm not sure, but what I do know is I don't even have enough Zetas to give Rey her 6th. And granted, her basic would be nice. She does extra damage when she does her basic, and she doesn't. It's not like she uses her basic that much, but it would be nice to have. Otherwise, a lot of the teams that I've developed are either specifically, well, basically specifically for GAC to be able to counter Galactic Legends. And so we have a lot of off-meta stuff. I need to make a new 3v3 off-meta teams video, actually. I'll try to do that next. I guess it would be in, it sounds like a long time, but it'll be here before we know it. In like 2 months, right before then the off season, right before the 3v3, next 3v3 season is. I'll try to do that and update the list, because there are a lot of good ones. But you can find, I'm going to link the one that I've made. It was almost a year ago, but most of them are still relevant. Anyways, people are like, dude, you farm stuff for Rise of the Empire, and I don't care, guys. I don't really care about unlocking, especially, I mean, my guild is great. They're wonderful. They've carried me on a lot of things, so no complaints about them. But, you know, my guild also can't unlock Mandalore right now. So, like, me getting Bo-Katan is not about that. It's about her being able to counter Lord Vader very consistently and Jedi Master Kenobi somewhat consistently. Jedi Knight Cal is here because, it's not because I want to unlock Zepho, though that's nice that I can contribute to my guild's success in that. It's because I want to be able to kill Malgus, because he's a serious problem for an account with only 2 Galactic Legends. I don't even have Malgus, guys. The other thing that you should, so I have a ton of like the outside things. I have like no relics though, like so bad, guys. I got Nihilus from 3 to 5 because I got his Datacron. And it almost broke me, folks. It's a whole mess. So I have a bunch of Lightspeed Bundle characters, which include, like, I have all the Ewoks except for Nisa at Relics, and she's the one you'd want to use. I just got Pow up to Relics because he is amazing this set, and I don't have the Powcron, but we'll plan on that. You know, we're working on the Padme Cron with, or sorry, the Quadme, Queen Amidala Cron with Padawan Obi and Master Qui-Gon, etc. You know, we have a lot of these. We have everything mostly, like, we're on pace to unlock. I even have Ki-Adi-Mundi, guys. I bought him, and then I immediately did not have the Zeta mats to give him his Zeta. It's embarrassing. Don't judge me unless you feel you need to. You know, we have Bane, and I try to put relics on characters that deserve these high things, you know, output characters that kind of deserve it. We have Terran Malicos here at Relic 8 because we want him to just smash people's faces in, etc. And so it's a very kind of min-maxed situation. And Conquest, if you haven't heard me talk about Conquest, you can do Conquest the easy way. And, I mean, I'm already there, folks. Conquest, we got our goal. So always try to get to Crate 5. Once you get to Crate 5, and I have videos on this, you guys can go search for them, but once you do that, I try to get one past it, actually, so we get one more Omicron, but you get the Conquest character in 6 months instead of 3, so we're working on Luthen right now, right? I mean, Ezra too, but Luthen, I'll have him in a couple months, and we'll kind of just miss his Datacron output, but that's fine-ish. Even though I have a lot of the characters that would go with him, that's just the schedule we chose. And then I'll also get Ezra. We'll see, like, they've hinted that he's good with Starkiller, and I won't have Galactic Legend, Ahsoka Tano, or Glat anytime soon, so we'll see what we do with him. And then otherwise, we have all of the Conquest characters except for Malgus, who I'll unlock in, like, November or something stupid. So, that's kind of the overview of what the account is, like what we're trying to accomplish. And otherwise, so let's go through what my defenses were last time now. And once we're done with that, then I'll show you what the defenses are this time, okay? So, my defenses were in 3v3. You want to look at 5v5? Just kidding, don't do it. I'll show you though. So, the idea here, folks, is we need to make sure... Oh, here, let me change where my face is. Hold on a sec, guys. Whoa, my face is apparently changed. We can zoom in a little bit, too. Here, let's see. Okay. Okay, so... Here we are, folks. We've got, So the idea, gosh, we have no Datacrons on these guys. The idea here, folks, is to try to give things that your opponent's gonna trip up on and still be able to full clear. A lot of people ask me, they're like, dude, why should we, like, why do you try to go for the why do you try to go for the full clear? Like, just try to do a half board, you know? Like, that's what people always want me to, they're like, dude, you should just go and kill, like, a couple things. And the problem is, I don't have good ships, first off. That's something I need to address, that I am working on to address. We talked about that in a video recently. But then also, so I can't reliably clear all of my opponent's fleets, unfortunately, and that means we're just gonna lose sometimes. But also, I just hate the idea of just like, yeah, if I just cleared most of his stuff and called it good, because if they put the right combination down, I just won't clear anything. And if they force me into fighting their ships, they're like, okay, I can't beat the bottom zone, so I have to clear the top, and I can do that. And then I'm get forced into ships. I can't actually win. So the idea is clear at least 3 zones, clear the squad zones, and clear ships. But then also have enough teams that your opponent, who we're relying on people not being that good, right? In the bottom of KYBER 3, KYBER 4, KYBER 2, wherever we are. We're relying on our opponents to sometimes just not be very good. And so that's kind of, I mean, frankly, that's what we're trying for here. The really good players are going to beat the hell out of us. My last season, every opponent except for one was like 3 million GP more than me. I still ended up winning 4 or 5 matches, so not too bad. You know, and they were all people who everyone tried against me last season. You know, I just didn't let some of them win. Some of them did absolutely dunk on me, though. So the idea here is to be able to, whoa, sorry guys, to be able to trip people up where you can, make them overspend on a few squads, and then some squads, just let it go. Like, just don't be, you could be like Elsa, just like, all right, we're mailing it in. Like, no one's gonna lose to this, but that's okay. Now, this is what we had last time. So Darth Revan, people are still scared of it, even though we don't have Malgus. Either they're scared of it or they're not scared enough. And this is a squad that is, you know, we have low relics on everything, and I don't have good modding on this account either. It's just like, this account is just a comedy of I don't have enough resources, man. I don't have enough of anything. No bronzium, no joy, no mods, no omicrons, but lots of wins. Apparently, lots of success. So, put this Darth Revan team down, and it doesn't. Yes, the relics obviously matter to some degree, but it's a team that does well without a whole lot of relics. You know, the mechanics really carry it. The CLS team, this is a team, I always laugh, people are like, dude, why do you put this team down? Like, this team is horrible. Like, 2 C-3POs, and granted, C-3PO is the most annoying character in Star Wars, but I do think that the CLS team has really good turn meter gain mechanics, and it'll trip people up more than they expect. There's certain things you can do to counter it, like using Imperial Troopers if you're fast enough, etc., that if you know what you're doing, you can counter it, but if you don't know what you're doing, maybe you trip them up a little bit. You know, this isn't going to stop an entire roster, but you might get a hold or two, and if we can be pretty efficient on offense, that's all we really need. So that's what we did last season. Let's see, we had Rey on defense with, you know, like, Jedi training Rey is kind of her lifter unit before Ben got here, and now Ben is also a lifter unit, and that tends to be the default for my Reys. I think this season we might do something a little bit weird, I'm not sure. Let's see, we had Qui-Gon last season, but no Ki-Adi-Mundi, so... Oh, and I think, did we have... Who is this General Skywalker? Yeah. What was going on with that? I mean, I have General Skywalker at Relic 3 with only 3 Zetas. It's so dumb, guys. I'm the dumbest. I'll admit it. So that's gonna get swapped out. We have a couple other teams. General Skywalker is actually gonna lead a team this time. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna enjoy it, folks. And then we have some Ewoks, which is, again, like just mailing it in. The bag zone is mostly mailing it in. You just have some Geos. I had a Lightspeed bundle that randomly got these guys to relics, so yay, you can be on defense with Gear 12 mission, apparently. We have the Fin Poe, because I'm not going to try to work on Zori, because she's not a requirement character. Fin Poe, if I had the gumption to give them Zetas and make them faster, this team would actually have some success. But instead of trying to make this guy 200 or 345 speed, which, I mean, I could, I guess. I have enough mods to barely do that. Instead, I am just not going to do that. So, you know, they'll still get holds every once in a while. This Dengar team absolutely throwing everything away. No Zetas there. A Hux team. This was a First Order squad. I had a First Order Kron on them. And looks like I didn't use any of the new... For last 3v3, I didn't use any of the new ones, apparently. Any of the new Datacrons. That's crazy. Keller and Beck was doing a thing. We had... the Triple Rex team. We're doing something. Are we doing something similar this time? I don't remember. Then we have Mon Mothma. If you look closely, she doesn't have her second Zeta, which means you can just attack her immediately. And then yeah, like Boba with Queel and IG never succeeds. It is a horrible team. Last season, oh gosh, I had to get Zombie up to Relic 5, guys, so we could use Zombie's Datacron. We're going to try this team on defense again. Because if you bring a single attacker, eventually, like, you just lose, because, like, if you can't do an AoE, you lose this, because Acolyte just stays hidden in stealth forever and you time them out. But the problem was last season, and all the other seasons I tried to play it, was... my Acolyte was, she didn't have any Omegas at all. So I applied the Omegas. She didn't have mods for a long time. I finally put mods on her. She's Relic 3. So we're going to we have the Zombie Datacron, folks. So we're going to be doing that. And that was what my defenses were. You can see I kept Supreme Leader Kylo because... I couldn't beat whatever versions of Jedi Master Kenobi were out there without using Supreme Leader Kylo, so I used him for offense. And 3's Kenobi is just really tough to get through if he has a good Datacron. I think Bo-Katan might be able to beat him now, unless he has Plo, and then we'll just get stunned forever. But that's what I'm playing here. And then I guess one small thing before we jump into, remember there's timestamps, so you can skip this, but I do want to mention the reason I'm winning at a decent rate here, folks, honestly. Oh, wow, hold on a sec. There we go. The reason I'm winning at a decent rate is I have a lot of good Datacrons. You know, I went a little overboard here with the Datacrons that we have because they're important, and all of the ones that are locked are actually Datacrons that have the good level 6. I think the tank ones, yeah, the ones that aren't locked are the ones that have grit, which is the other one I find really useful. I don't know if I need that many grit crons, but apparently I have them. So, and then you can see we already will have 5 level 9s going into week 1, and then I should get a few more level 9s going into week 2 as well. I need a lot of them. So. Lots of things to do. I have 3 Plo crons, so that's not useful. I do have Plo Koon though, so we can use it. I would love to get Eth Koth or basically anyone other than Plo Koon at this point, but I also did roll Zombie, and I got the good one for Zombie here, so really interested to see how that all plays out. So let's talk about what the teams that we're going to be playing are. I'm actually going to pause for a minute. You guys won't be able to tell really, but I need to turn on the fan. Hold on. Alright, we're back. Let's turn on the music again. And, okay, what are we doing for the 3v3 then? What's the secret sauce? So I just went in order. You can see this little unique only check mark here. So I went through my roster and just went through built the teams that I thought would, you know, be good this season. So Supreme Leader Kylo probably end up, I don't have armor on this account. She's not a requirement character. it would be nice to have armor plus GBA to go with Kylo, and that way we could have like a Hux team. We could have crew go with like a Malicos squad. That will be nice, but that's not practical. You know, we have Geobrood Alpha, but I don't use her that much because we'll just use this, and hopefully it'll be good enough. You know, I have a lot of crons available, so hopefully we'll be able to use some of them. Though now that I'm thinking of it, we're not going to be able. We don't have enough. Like, well, we need 30. Like 15 on defense, 15 on offense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I don't have enough, guys. Even if I wanted that many Datacrons. I mean, I guess I do, but we'll have to go without a little bit. But yeah, well, I do have a pretty strong, like lots of good Datacrons at least. So we have Rey, and this is an interesting thing, folks. If you have the Nest Datacron, Nest can really be super disruptive with Rey and make people like they're not going to be able to kill Nest with Starkiller, and that's kind of a win. You know, Starkiller's a pretty big threat to Rey. And so putting Nest there to just block that, and also Nest can just with the Kron kill Malicos as well sometimes. It doesn't always happen, but she's also a little bit bugged. She's still dispelling things on Malicos, which really helps with her output on him. Of course, otherwise we could put Jedi Training Rey here, just like I was showing you guys. That may end up being what I did. I should have put her here as well, but I have a different team for her. We also, I don't think we have Cal being used anywhere right now, so he could hang out here too. A few different options here. And then I don't have this. This is so tragic, guys. This is like one of my favorite teams. You can hear me ranting in a good way about how good Adrad is, and this season is no different. Like right now, probably if you're watching a lot of this video, you're not facing a lot of the Imperial Remnant nonsense. Like my main account can't even get any of those the really current ones right now, but. You know, any of those current characters or Datacrons or whatever, but you're gonna inevitably find some kind of Imperial team to fight that isn't Starkiller. Starkiller is an exception because they can't be dazed, but the Radis team with the good level 6 that kind of names Jyn Erso, as you know, like that's kind of my priority. That one and the Powcron for next week. I hope I have it, because she's going to assist all the time, which is amazing. I think this team is going to end up beating, if you have the right Datacron, we can probably beat, like, Inquisition, or something like that, like all the way up to that, but also the Imperial Remnant teams, and then any other nonsense team, frankly. Like, it's gonna be a really good era, a nice little stretch for Rogue One, which, I mean, it should be. If it's the Rogue One faction, they absolutely should have that level of dominance. So, yeah, looking forward to this team destroying all the things, folks. It already kind of did. But yeah, don't put it on defense. Don't. And if you do, put a tank here instead of Cassian, or you suck, and you're giving into the Cassian fallacy. All right, so I do have. See, this is also why I'm a terrible player sometimes. Sometimes I just like get excited about some random idea and spend all my resources on it, and that's what happened with Saw here. Is he a world beater? Not really. Should I have more relics on him? Yeah, almost certainly would be a good idea to do that, but I'm not doing it because I need to put him on Night Sister Zombie, apparently. But the thing is, if you have a support cron with Saw, then when he does his AoE, then he's going, it gives a ton of debuffs to people, and that in turn gives a nice little boost to Baze here on his tankiness. He gives 15 debuffs, and those 15 debuffs, you get 5% of whatever cool stat you would want from a support cron, and so you get tankiness. You get defense on a tank. You get potency on Saw, which is unnecessary. But then Kyle gets you get a ton of, you get like, well, what even is it? It's a high percent, boys. It's really high. It's a high percentage of crit damage. So Kyle Katarn makes good use of that, even though he doesn't have a Zeta. Saw over here has 2 of them and an Omicron. What a jerk. This is also maybe where I would put Lotion. I haven't decided yet. I think Lotion is pretty good here. Swap him out for Baze, because then you get the Worthless Guy summon, and he is taunting, so he becomes a, like, Lotion comes with a tank, and then you have two guys who are support, who then just fuel Kyle to heights hitherto undreamt of, folks. Oh, here, why don't we zoom in here? That was the plan. And then I got sidetracked. Here we are. So that's the idea. Definitely a defense team to mess with people and hopefully force them into doing some tough stuff. It would be a lot better if I had more relics. Saw is definitely vulnerable. People don't necessarily know this at lower levels, but Saw is definitely vulnerable to someone using Han and Chewie with an attack cron to just shoot him right in the face. And if you can nuke Saw right away before he gets a turn, then you're probably home free. It's tough to do if there's a pre-taunt, which is why we have Baze here, but you can still manage it if you have a good attacker cron and Han and Chewie available. Like CLS could do it, you know, to help them, or you could have Dash on their team as well. So something to think about, folks. If you see a Saw team that doesn't have a pre-taunt, or they have really low relics, just nuke them with your Han and Chewie. Okay, so this Seer Malicos team, and you know, my guild is awesome enough. They got, you know, so dumb. But we have Riva available, and none of my other Inquisition are done. So she would normally go with Inquisition, guys. If you have Inquisition, use her with Inquisition, 100%. Don't, you know, and then just use crew here. But she can do okay as a tank. She doesn't have as good of passive taunting as you know, a tank you might want, but she's an Ufu. Seer goes with her nicely. Malicos is, you know, he's a one stop shop to obliterating your opponents. You could use a support cron here with Seer, and then she's giving enough buffs that she's going to buff his crit damage. The thing is, keep in mind, a lot of his damage is coming from having his Omicrons, which give a lot of extra true damage, which can't be crits. So it also makes Third Sister more tanky. Of course, eating whirlwinds from Rey is you know, a great way to just have her totally ignore that defense. So yeah, this team is a little bit suspect. If we can use Starkiller on Rey, then great. Sometimes, though, we're going to need to pull this Seer team out. And remember, we have Kylo on offense probably this season. And so sometimes you can just throw crew in here if you need a pre-taunt, if that's the kind of match you need, then absolutely do that. This team can kill Rey, and then that clears the way for a Starkiller team with Emperor Palpatine and Mara to come in and kill a Jabba team or something like that. It's going to be important, I'm sure of it. Sure-ish of it. Let's see. So we have the Bo-Katan Mandalore team. We could put Sabine. I have the Sabine Datacron, but I kind of wanted to try Sabine here with Maul, because then we don't have to worry about someone going fast. I don't have Gar. I have the Gar Kron, of course. But I don't know. I have the Sabine Kron. I figured because he starts with Frenzy, Sabine can actually kind of jumpstart the team a little bit by, like, your opponent goes, and then she immediately takes a turn, does a special, triggers his Frenzy, he does his AoE, and then they take another turn, And Sabine goes again, does another special, triggers his frenzy again, and he's got full stacks. He can call people to assist. Paz is really nice with Bo-Katan, but if you're facing Lord Vader teams, the version that works best, apparently, is with Bando, and of course you want your trusty pal Grogs here. So, yeah, we definitely... I'm going to try this build out this time. Definitely both on offense this time, and if in a break-in case of emergencies situation, Bo-Katan can probably go toe-to-toe with some Jedi Master Kenobis. Not the kind of Kenobis that have a million stuns because they're Jedi, though. That's going to be friggin' miserable. So we've got Maul... And who knows what he's going to kill. This is the most awkward team in the world, folks. It can do a lot of damage, and actually Paz does some cool stuff with Maul. I'm kind of fairly excited about this build. Because Maul, I may as well use him wherever I want, because I don't have Lord Vader. Why not party a little bit, right? It's like I'm in my lower 20s or something, which was a terrible state of being, folks. You're still a child, I swear. So you have... Bane here. We have Bane here. I put him with Darth Vader. He'll take out Tough. Man, I keep spreading this. I really do think they nerfed him. Just stealth nerfed him. Made him worse. After, like, well, they were like, man, he was too good. Like, we had a solid, like, 2 or 3 weeks with him before we got a Datacron. He was killing everything almost, except for, like, the best GLs. And now he kills way less. And, I mean, I can't complain, actually. I like him being a little more balanced in the game, frankly, but... he's not the world beater we want him to be. Depending on the build, he could kill Leia still. One of the reasons I took him to Relic 8 on this account, even though we're really hurting for resources, is, and this actually paid off last 3v3 a lot, I was able to kill a couple Leias that... and maybe it was last season as well on 5s. I was able to kill some stuff that I wouldn't have. It was like he's in the deep, deep red. He was going to die, and then he came back and destroyed them. And that wouldn't have happened if he was Relic 7. That happened too many times for me to be like, oh yeah, well, it's just coincidence. 7 is just as good as 8. I really think 8 is his sweet spot, folks. Of course, until we get Relic 10, which will hopefully be soonish. Who knows? But, I keep guessing it and it's wrong. So I'm keeping it at bay, folks. They want to keep making me look like an idiot when I predict. They're like, dude, watch this. We're going to hint at something, and Zareth is going to tell everyone, look out for Relic 10. But the reality is, folks, I'm the guy who's keeping Relic 10 from your door. Like, I'm the guy who's heading it off at the gate. Like, if I wasn't here to scare it away and have CG change their mind every time just because they want to make me look like an idiot, and you know I'm kidding, folks. I'm really not that paranoid, I promise. But I'm the guy who stops them. I block it. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Hit that subscribe button and thumbs up, folks, for all of your appreciation that I have earned more times than you know. I'm kidding. But seriously, that is some legitimate high-end stuff that you're getting from me. You are welcome. Okay, I'm done. I apologize. Okay, so Darth Rev, we talked about this a little bit. Eventually, I would love to get Malgus. I mean, I'd need to save some gear. Malgus is a straight to Relic 9 kind of guy. He will unlock my ability to unlock Leviathan. Of course, I'm not close at all to unlocking Leviathan. But that's something I need to be working on pretty soon. Malgus just has been blocking me for like a year or more, so it hasn't been much of a consideration. Now it's something I could consider. It certainly is consideration material. Let's see. We have this Jedi Revan team. And, okay, so first off, I don't have... I do have Ethkoth. I don't have his... Eventually, we want to use Ethkoth with his Datacron, right? And I have him Relic 5, not because I farmed him that way, but because I bought a Lightspeed bundle that happened to have him and Plo Koon both high-end, or high relics, like Relic 5. which has been nice. ETH Koth is going to be dominant for 4 months, folks. He's going to be so good. And this is the build I'm trying with them. I'm doing it on my main account as well. We'd have General Skywalker lead with Snips on the team because she's 501st. So he's going to do the whole kneeling routine and stuff. Like he's not just some random, like if you put him as the lead of a random Jedi squad without any 501st, then he'll just get knocked over. Like he'll just die like anyone, like he normally does. But because there's Snips on the team, that's a 501st character. And here, let me see if I can show you guys this. Oh yeah. Of course you can't see it. I need a better way to transition between these. And now you can't really see it anyways. But for his leadership, he's got, let's see, while there are still other active 501st allies, General Skywalker can't drop below 100% health. Advances if he has 100% protection. You guys know how General Skywalker works. He goes up and down, up and down, up and down until all of his clones and 501st people are dead. But we have in this case a really interesting thing because Snips is 501st, but she's also a Jedi, so she's also getting all the cool stuff from ETH Koth, from ETH, and which is cool. But then you also have the lead from General Skywalker, which means there's no revives for your opponents. They don't get a revive. And ETH, meantime, with his Kron, don't use this team without his Kron, folks. I'm not going to. I'm gonna, if I can get my hands on that Kron, absolutely going to use it. But first week, I guess I can't. But yeah, this is the team I'm most excited about this season. I think I'm very curious to see how it goes. There's no revives though, so like you can't just use like an attrition team, and ETH will keep Skywalker's protection healed for a long time. I'm positively intrigued. The Jedi Revan team, if you can get the stun Jedi level 6, these guys are just gonna be so obnoxious. I'm really interested to see how that goes. The level 6 for Jedi are gonna be good. You can put a lot of Jedi on defense here, folks. You can do it. The Qui-Gon team, again, you can, every time they do a special, they stun someone. Amazing. Just keep doing that, guys. Have them do that. That'll be great. Congratulations for that. So I do have the Plo Koon Kron, and this is going to go on defense, folks. I'm going to put Kelleran Beck lead because it makes them all a little more survivable, gives them more protection, and then Plo and his Datacron makes his team crazy survivable. They're all Jedi. They're all going to be doing specials and stunning people for an indeterminate amount of time. Plo is just a total monster. I don't expect it to beat every single thing in the world, but I do think this kind of team, the team with Plo Koon and just a couple like pretty good Jedi, are really gonna mess with someone. So like Kelleran Beck, I have him because I unlocked Bo-Katan. I may as well make the most of him. So we use him with Plo and Senor Kenobi. We have Commander Luke here. Honestly, like we could put it, I'd probably just put like one of my worst attacker crons on this team and put it on defense, frankly, and just see if anyone trips up. They probably will. Okay, so we have Dash with Vandor. I just got him to Relic 5 because I was so tired of putting Relic 5 on characters that I didn't care about, really, that were fine at Relic 3 and have been fine, but I had to do it for Datacrons. For Vandor, he doesn't have a Datacron requirement. I just was like, you know what? You have been neglected for too long, my pet. So yeah, if we have Nest available, and she's not hanging out with Rey, then she'll go here. Otherwise, we could put Bando here. We could put any number of good scoundrels, just light side scoundrels. Because remember, Vander Chewie does not revive anyone that's not light side, including Hondo. Hondo's a good fit here, but I don't have him on this account. He is nowhere to be seen. I would not be surprised if he was just not unlocked on this account. Okay, so EP Starkiller kills Jabba, kills Rey. Probably takes out a lot of other teams as well, like really high-end teams. You need a good turn meter train though, so that negates Supreme Leader Kylo. You can still beat Kylo actually, sometimes, depending on the build, depending on a few things, but especially now that they don't have a really crazy Datacron. Maybe is it going crazy? I don't think so. I think I'm just going crazy. So the Starkiller team does a lot. Like they'll take out, say, the Eternal Emperor. sometimes. I would recommend if you had to do that, if you're desperate, you know, if you have to do one shot, then just jump in. But if you can preload against Supreme Leader, Sith Eternal Emperor, what you do is you just go in with 2 characters, let him link, and then he'll hit one of them, and then you'll probably get a turn, or his friends will kill him, and then you'll be good to go. Like, just let him link. You burned his link cooldowns, and then you get some time to operate and kill everyone before he links you. And yes, you drop some banners, but you should at least be able to kill the ads, so you can kill the Eternal Emperor. This team also will clean up Leia, potentially, depending on the situation. You know, maybe even kill a Leia. Probably not. That seems a little far-fetched, but Jedi Master Luke, probably, if you're not just constantly ability blocked forever, etc. Lots of different uses for this team right now with a good attacker cron. It's been fun. I've been really enjoying it. Okay, so we just need so one of the reasons we have, you know, we have Dash up here. A little bit farther up, we had the team with Bando. Yeah, with Bo-Katan. So depending on how things fall out, it's like, okay, sometimes I'm going to want Sabine to go with Bo-Katan. And if that happens, then we can have Bando go, I mean, sometimes he'll go with Maul. Sometimes he'll go way down here. And, you know, he can hang out with, Dash, frankly. He can hang out with Han and Chewie. He really likes being with Han and Chewie. In fact, that's a really good natural fit for him. And yeah, like otherwise, you know, and with him or Dash or, you know, whoever we have with him, Boba's pretty good though. Like, I mean, his lead is just nice. It's a good plug and play for any team, in fact. Because it gives plus 50% critical damage and critical chance to him. Take that, Enoch. Enoch is so good. It's not really that good, but I think he'll be good. Minus 150% crit chance is insane. It's just so bonkers. It changes a lot of stuff because Advantage stops working on there. Anyways, Boba can go with them. He can go wherever he wants, frankly. He's Boba BFF, if you know what I mean. And it's not best friends forever, I promise. Promise you that. I can promise you that. No one else has a Nubian. That was my Watto impression, guys. I have not been practicing it at any point. Okay, so Padme she lost her amazing overpowered Datacron. Kind of sad for this account, because we did have Padme. We also have Cat. Cat May was, I think we killed a couple Kenobi teams, actually, with this. We had to preload, of course, because we needed to kill, what's his name? We needed to kill Cat before their cat just killed our cat. But like a team like this, Padme, Cat, and someone else. If you don't have Cat, throw in Snips, throw in Jedi Knight Anakin, throw in a lot of different Galactic Republic. The one thing I would say, guys, is don't throw in a Galactic Republic that cares about gaining a lot of turn meter. Because remember, Padme doesn't stop your opponent from gaining turn meter, but she does stop her own team. So like Eth Koth, in theory, would be cool with her, but half of what he does is gain approximately 1 million turn meter. So you could do that. You also could use, if you don't have an Imperial Remnants team, I don't have one on this account, you could use you could just use Moff Gideon, not Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, just Moff Gideon, to super boost your stacks of courage. You can throw, instead of Cat on the team, you can have like Shock T, because only supports get all the stacks of courage. But you can do that. That's an option now. I mean, it always is, but it's a nice way to take out like a Traya squad or something. All right, so this is a counter I'm gonna be trying for. I also got Fennec up from Relic 3 to Relic 4, guys. You should be proud of me. I put a lot of relics on today, because she's pretty good. I've been killing, like Relic 7, Relic 8, Relic 9 Lord Vaders with my Relic 3 Fennec, and part of it is she's modded decently. I mean, What the hell is this? Please don't ask me. Please don't, guys. But I got her to Relic 4 because she's just been operating so well. We also have the Bosk Kron, which means he's going to be tanking pretty well. We can beat this. We can beat Lord Vader teams without Bando. The thing you got to look out for in this case, folks, is if they have the Datacron that gives him stacks of protection based off of how many dots he's given out, this team cannot chew through it. You need something else. You need like Embo to help you. But then if you take Embo and they have Maul, then Maul is just going to eat you alive. So you need Bosk. You want the Kron that, you know, gives him a dark side revive. And dark side tank revive, and yeah, just go to town. This one is super fun, folks. It feels so sketchy, but you can usually pull off some pretty ridiculous stuff with this band of losers, lovable bland of losers. I can't talk, guys. It's not even going to go on a blooper reel. Wampa, I tried a couple times, guys. I tried to roll the good Wampacron. I just couldn't do it. So he's staying at Relic 4 because he doesn't need it. He doesn't need Relic 5, guys. Let's see. We have Treya here. Not much to say. I did get Nihilus to Relic 5 because I rolled the good Kron on him. Just randomly, I was like, oh, I have 20 mats. Let's just re-roll this real quick. Oh, I got the good Nihilus one. That's exactly what I would have wanted. I have barely any of these other characters, but yeah. So he's got. This is gonna be a good team. This is a team I could put on defense. A lot of these other ones I'm going to keep for offense, frankly. Just because they're so helpful they are. Like CLS can be on defense. Probably gonna put some of these Jedi teams on defense just to annoy my opponent. Like I think these three actually. No, not you, Jedi Revan. You get to stay on offense. But like General Skywalker, Qui-Gon, and Kelleran Beck, they're all gonna go on defense just to annoy people. I hope. You know, and the ETH team won't go on defense until I get a good ETH Kron. Have you guys ever seen ETH's leadership? I think you should. You will be impressed. It offers a new definition of brevity, to be honest. So let's see. We've got this Talzin squad. I don't have it optimized to kill Jabba, frankly, and I don't have the Asajj Kron yet. I have a level 6, nice Sister's Kron with a good level 6, so we'll see if I can roll it. But until then, we'll put the Asajj, this team can still kill Jabba if we get lucky. It has to be lucky. Usually I can find a way to at least kill the ads. And Marin's gonna need a couple relics here as well. I don't know where we're gonna get the materials, guys. I don't have crystals. I don't have anything. It's so depressing. I just spent like, what, 6,000 crystals on this account. I'd saved them all up. I spent them all on profundity, and now it's 5 stars, and doesn't do anything better, hardly, than it did it for. But yay, anyways, apparently. So yeah, this team will be for offense. It will kill some stuff. I really do. I'm gonna try to get her to Relic 3, guys. Let's see. What do I need for it, guys? What do I need indeed? Just only everything, right? See, guys, I have almost nothing left. It's a barren wasteland. Same with bronziums. I mean, I can do it. I'm think I'm going to, but oof. I need to get her to Relic 3 so that we can use the good level 6 on the teams that she's on. For what it's worth. Alright, let's stay on this view for a little bit. We're getting close to done here anyways. We have 8 minutes left, just 7 minutes if we want to be done with an hour. And I do want to be done within an hour, folks. Imagine that. Gotta go get some sleep. But we've got... Okay, so Grievous, probably... You could follow your heart on this one, folks. Grievous on defense with Stap. If Stap has the Omi, without the Omicron on Stap, than keep it for offense, I think, because you'll just get destroyed by Wampa. On defense, I've heard that the good Wampacron cancels this out, but you can put it on defense. People trip up against this kind of crap all the friggin' time. This might be something I put in the back zone, because I don't have a specifically assigned counter for it. On the other hand, it's also very nice, because you get that guaranteed bonus turn with Stap, and you get to call Grievous to assist right away, and that combination is really nice. Like, you get a boost Grievous. Of course, we only have Relic 4 on Grievous, because I'm just bad at life, apparently. Like, how is Stap, how does he have more relics than Grievous? How does Night Sister's Zombie have more relics than Grievous? It's just, it's egregious. It's egregious. So, anyways, I might put it on defense. Might keep it for offense. Who knows? This is a good team. If you don't care about banners, this is a good team to go in and just chop the faces off of a few people. Nice, good tool. Geos, just whatever, man. They're a throwaway team. Enjoy trying to get a bunch of kills with them for Red Crate in Conquest. That'll be fun. That'll teach ya. Let's see. We have. Okay, so here's something I'll put on defense, folks. The Queen Amidala team. I even put an Omicron on her, guys, because her unique is pretty good, and you don't need anything else. You just need that unique for the most part. She only has. She doesn't even have her leadership Zeta, folks. I couldn't even apply her Omicron, even if I wanted to, because step 7 is blocking me. But yeah, she doesn't even have all of her Omicrons. But this is a team. Yeah, I would love to have them relict, all of them, so that I could put a Datacron, like a support cron on them. That would be amazing. That would be so cool. But that's not in the cards right now, folks. That's just not what we can do. Because I don't have enough gear. Like, I'm working on it. I need to get this team up to relics because of the assault battle and all of that. But this will be a good enough team on defense that people will use something strong on it. And that's kind of our criteria, right? Is like, we want to trip people up as much as we can. And this is a team that someone might use. They probably won't get a lot of holds initially, guys. But the thing is, well, we won't get a lot of holds right away. But what we'll do is they'll use, like, they'll be afraid of it. They'll be like, oh my gosh, this team was so obnoxious. I'm going to overkill it. And that's exactly what we want. We want people to overkill it and mess up their, like, kind of distribution of teams that they're using on offense. So let's see. Kind of a lightning round now because all the teams here are total crap. We do have this Veers team. Piet is not that fast. Jeez, man, you are disappointing. But yeah, this team, this is the team that could, in theory, punch us Commander Luke Skywalker team in the face. You could, don't expect much. So we're kind of open right now. We could do Thridian. This is one of my favorite teams ever. This team isn't going to beat anything, but if you have the Zetas available, if you could do. Yeah, this team beats a lot of stuff. Like, it was so fun that this literally the only team I captioned that I renamed the team for. Everything else is default. It's not just fault. It's default, like the fault. You know how it works, guys. These CGians and their grammars. But yeah, this team is a lot of fun for offense. This will kill a CLS team pretty nicely. It takes out a lot of stuff, in fact. If I only had relics. Or a brain, for that matter. I am working on Moff Gideon, actually. He'll be one of my next relic characters, because, lo and behold, there's a Datacron for him that is ridiculous, and we need to be able to access that. So he probably will be my next relic 5, if we're being realistic here. Let's see, the Ewoks, they'll just go on defense. Eventually, we'll relic up Nisa. What I like to do with characters like her is just, like, throw on. I can't afford to do it right now. I just can't. But I like to just throw on a piece of gear. And then slowly, eventually, I'm like, oh, look at that. She's relicked. Like, I kind of needed that. I'm just not going to waste it on a pet, though. Here's the Fin Poe team. Way more potent if you get the Zetas for the team and put some speed on Finn, but I care very little about their fate. Just throw them in the back zone. And if you can get someone to fail initially and get it turn meter loaded, you might just hold against them forever. That actually did happen, I think, last 3v3, which made me laugh. And then I didn't upgrade Resistance Hero Finn at all. I finally got Newt to gear 12 as well. I was like, oh, I have all these pieces. It's easy enough. So I threw them on him. And that's, I mean, good story, right? Cool story, bro. But this team kills, like, the Qui-Gon Jinn team if they don't have the really cool Stun-Cron. So, yeah, so Krex is in a weird place this season. He's just going to go with some Phoenix. Jedi Training Rey. This used to be CLS squads if you modded it right. If you didn't mod it right, you got your ass all kicked all the way down to town, some kind of town. And you'll continue that. She might just go with Rey. Who knows? It's kind of nice to feel like you have a use for these guys, though. R2-D2 should be going with Leia if you have her, by the way. I don't have her, so let's see. And then here's another just random. I have another Jedi team. This team will probably make it to on defense as well. If I can get enough Jedi-Crons to annoy my opponent, what if I could just get 5 just kind of crap Jedi teams that I put on defense with the Jedi-Cron, and like every time someone goes in, they just get mass stunned forever. I love that idea. I would love to do it. And then finally we have a collection of scoundrels that aren't good to finish things off and to make us all feel relief that this video is over. So that's it, folks. That's it for today. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments. Give the thumbs up button, all this stuff. You know, I expect we're going to do well this season. We got our ass handed to us a lot last season, but we had a few really good moments, and 3v3 tends to be the time that everyone just mails it in and doesn't try. So we might get that little momentum back. Even more importantly, a few crystals back. But that's where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, I hope you prevail. Take care, folks.